Good afternoon, everyone. Just here in the garage, putting some time in on the 351 Cleveland, getting it ready for the parts that actually came in. So as you can see, Pop's in the background, chilling. But all right, so pretty much what I'm doing is removing all the primer that I had put on the block and trying to get all the little nicks and crannies, so all the little dirt can come out, and then rust proof it again, and then paint it. So I got a majority of it done. Well, I shouldn't say majority, but most of it done. But I still need to, you see how it looks right here? Gotta get all that crap out. And then, these are the old freeze plugs that I took out. And then here are the new ones. Kind of cool. And then here are the motor mounts. And over here, pardon me, Pops, here are the main bearings, bearings, and then the valves for the heads on the 351. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I won't show you guys too much of the brushing process or cleaning up process because it is just the wire brush going against the block. Okay, guys, so I'm trying to get the rear passenger fender extension off of the rest of the over here, or fender extensions, whatever you want to call them. So pretty much got it loose for the most part. This one was a little bit tougher because I couldn't see all the spot welds, so kind of had to drill them out and then separate the metal with the chisel and hammer. So what I'm going to do, because these are a little bit trickier, I'm going to cut it right here, right where it meets the shock tower, and then that way we'll have this piece all free. So I'm going to get the cutting wheel ready to go, as you can see, and I only have two hands, so I probably won't be able to shoot a video of me cutting it, but pretty much just going to cut it straight down. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Alright, so we have some on the apron, so here it is, and like I was saying, I kind of wasn't able to get all the spot welds correctly, so chisel and hammer caused some damage, but ultimately we're going to replace this anyway and add some fresh metal on here. And again, we're going to have to redo this and then see what we could do over here. I don't want to get rid of all the original paint, but we do want to make it solid. So over here we need some patch work because this should be a flange that comes out this way and then attaches to the fender or firewall extension drop off, and so on and so on. So I'm going to work on getting these guys out, and then we'll be able to see what it looks like on the car. So now for this coil spring, unfortunately these two bolts are rusted. I mean completely rusted on there, and these I can't get to that hold the shock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I already did that to the other side, and this happened the other day. I had a big shield. I had my dad standing right over here, so that way if the spring popped out, it would hit my dad instead of the car. So Pops, thank you for looking out on that one. So here's the spring. We already cut it, like I said, and all I gotta do is try to get this one out, and if I can't get it out, I'm just gonna cut it, and then we'll be able to free the control arm. So that's what we're gonna do over here. Alright guys, so always safety first. Do wear safety glasses, and I'm going to try to look at where the spring has its pressure. As you can see, this one's kind of bowing out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to alleviate that. So tackling it on the sides, and then don't want to do a straight cut right away. You know, just nick it a little bit, and then alternate, and then go back to another one. And then once you can kind of see the tension off of the spring, then you'll make your final cuts on them. Alright guys, so here we are working on the front again. Pretty much got this side of the apron separated already. So this side is ready to rock and roll. This side, I was able to free up a majority of it. As you can see, right here, it's being hung up right down here, which would be right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt this whole clip forward, and then we'll make a cut right in here, pardon me, right there. We might have to go this way. Alright, so like I was saying, I'm going to have to cut it right over here, and I'm going to do that right now. So see you guys in a bit, and then this should all come out. Alright guys, so I made that right on cut, and now we should see this whole thing come out. Alright, there we go. Those are the front aprons right there. And like I said, I mean, we are going to have to make some patches, which is pretty evident for a car this old. What I want to do is finish up these spot welds that are holding the rest of the old frame on. It's a little bit more manageable now that this piece isn't in the way. But yeah, so what I want to do is get all these spot welds out, and then we'll be able to start mounting it onto the car and figure out what I can do with the cross member. It's gonna keep the support, just gotta hammer and dolly it, straighten it out a little bit. The outside looks good, but this inner part should be pretty solid, and it's not. So it doesn't take that much work. It is pretty much an easy piece to make. And here is the old frame rail, so I need to remove those spot welds and go from there. So finally did it after a long time, but a big step right here. With the shock towers, I am going to have to make some patches for it, which right over here where the fender apron meets. And then I got to get rid of the old frame rail. So I'm going to start taking off the lower control arm because I wasn't able to. These bolts are like really rusted. And then take off the motor mount brackets and then go from there. So this is the coil spring that we were working on the other day. And we finally were able to get one side out. So this is what it looks like. So there you go, guys. Some progress finally.